Hey guys, what's up? Today I wanted to do a sketchbook video, and I actually recorded this before, but I didn't like the way it came out because I thought the video was way too long for a sketchbook that didn't have a lot of pages in it. But this is a handmade watercolor sketchbook, and you guys can see there's like tape and stuff around it. So yeah, I just thought the first one I made was way too long, so I was like, oh, I kind of don't like that. So when you open it up, you kind of can see like the tape and all this stuff. See all that tape. And I kind of just want to start out something like fun and bubbly, not too hard. I do this at work. It's just like oodles of joy, so that was fun. And I was on the bus one day and I saw this girl and she looked so cool. She had blue highlights in her hair and stuff like that. Well, not necessarily like, maybe like an ombre effect on her. I don't really know what it's called, but she had like an ombre hair and it was really cool. And she actually moved like different seats because maybe she thought I was like looking at her like way too hard. She's like, this dude's creeping me out. So yeah, practicing character sketches, which I kind of wanted to do a lot more with the sketchbook, but I kind of feel like that's where it stayed at. And scary stuff. Scary stuff. Actually, somebody drew in my sketchbook, and I told them one page they drew on 3, and so I had to cover up one with some acrylic. So yeah. And this one, I drew Jack and Jack. If you don't know who they're like the musicians that came from Vine or whatever. But I really like their music, and I wanted to kind of draw them, but it didn't really came out the way I wanted it to, so I kind of just left it alone. But it was good practice, so who cares? I was working on some food illustrations, which I need to scan because I want to post some more stuff on my Tumblr, and I don't really have it scanned. I do have a picture of it. I do have pictures, but I wanted to scan it just to get the full angle and stuff like that. But basically, it's just like the Fat Diane, more character sketches. I know you see these two all the time. They're just one of my favorite people to draw, and they're like my favorite characters too. So, you know, yeah. And for these ones, I kind of wanted to get a little bit more experimental and try to incorporate more animals in my work, and I think I did an okay job here because I like the swans and the way they were wrapped around the ladies and stuff like that, so I thought that was pretty cool, and I think it came out really nice, especially with the grayscale, the shadows and stuff like that, so I like the way that turned out. I know people are gonna say this looks like that character from Gravity Falls. I really wasn't thinking about that show because I don't really watch it. I do know of the characters, but I don't really watch the show to know much about it. I don't know what it's called. If you guys know, you let me know in the comments because I have no idea. And I just drew something really random, just tossed some shapes in it, and this is what I came up with. And I don't even know what to think of this one, honestly. I love it, but at the same time, it's just really random for me. I just kind of just drew it and went with it, so yeah. And around this time, I started to use more acrylic paints as watercolors, and I just love the way it looks, and I love the fact that it doesn't really fade out. Like, let me show you guys. So this is like, okay. So I'm gonna, so I have like water right here, and it doesn't blend out at all. Like the colors wouldn't fade out, and that's what I love about using acrylics. It doesn't do any of that fading. It's super permanent. This is definitely one of my favorite portraits. It's not even a person that I know or have seen. I just randomly drew it and try to make it look as realistic as possible, and it came out really good. One of my favorite pieces of the sketchbook. More background studies with acrylics. Came out okay, I guess. I didn't really like it, but it was practice, so practice makes perfect. I don't know. And this one, I actually don't know what to think of this one, but it's kind of just like a lady being harassed, and then she throws up a rainbow, so I don't know. And over here I have some anatomy studies. And one thing I definitely need to work on is drawing more people and drawing more angles and perspective wise, just to be more comfortable drawing, and so I'm not stuck drawing the same things over and over again, and I'm able to get a variety of like movements and poses and stuff like that that I can just draw at will and not, you know, mess it up or something like that, or have it like a weird angle. And these, I still can't talk. More acrylic watercolor sketches. I just love the way everything looks, and the colors are super bright. And one thing I can say, it's kind of a little bit harder to get darker colors with the acrylic paints, because you have to just blend a lot. Like the colors are just automatically bright and vibrant. So it's just, when you want that extra darkness, you gotta really work for it. More character sketches that I failed to color in. Some stuff I just didn't even bother to color in the sketchbook. It was like, whatever, it didn't bother with it. But, you know. This one, I really like the concept of it. I might redraw it actually, but it's just basically, I think, more symbolic of Mother Nature, and she's just upset and she's always crying. So I thought it was a cool concept. I was actually working on a piece for Mermaid, which was the Draw Mermaids Everyday Challenge, but it was like the end of the month and I was just jumping on the bandwagon. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna draw one picture just to post something. I thought it was cool, but I didn't really like this one, and I was actually doing a whole bunch of thumbnail sketches to see which pose I liked, and I tried it, but I didn't end up using this one. Instead, I redrew it in this style, and I did a little. This one came out a little better. I liked the way she looked and stuff, and I love the whole background interaction and all that. So this one I like way better than the first one, and I just love the colors and everything. And this is also acrylics. There's a lot of acrylic paint in here because I just love that it just doesn't fade, and that's the best part of it. So why not? More character studies. Over here I actually bought a brush pen from Michaels, and it's like a cheap recollection one. I just want to see what it looked like or how it worked, and it's alright, but when you're using it, it actually absorbs the watercolors. Then you have to squeeze it out. It doesn't, you can't just like plop it on the pigment and then paint on it. It will actually absorb the pigment, and you have to squeeze it back out like a regular brush pen. It's kind of weird. I'd get it if you don't want to spend a lot of money on the regular brush pens, but that's personal preference. I wanted to color this one, but I got super lazy and I gave up on it, and I just really need to work on drawing hands. That's just like one of my biggest weaknesses right now. It's just like my hands are just really ugly, really bad, and the hands definitely need a lot of work, like a lot of work. More random doodles that didn't really go anywhere. And I did these for my art supplies videos, just to show people what kind of stuff I use and how I use them and yada yada yada. And one thing I actually want to show is this little faded area around the nose is what I really talk about why I love using acrylics, because once you layer something, it's forever there. Because I actually made a mistake and I was trying to get it out, and it actually ended up messing up the whole nose area. So that's just one of the issues I have with watercolors. I don't have a lot of issues, but that's just my main issue, because it just fades a lot sometimes. But it's just technique and just learning how to deal with it. Crappy sketch, because this is coming to the end and I was just trying to fill the sketchbook up, because I was like, damn, I really want to fill this up, I really don't want to, but I rather take my time next time, because I don't want to just draw ugly stuff that's just like half-ass stuff, and then just to throw it in just to fill it in. I rather have something that looks good or decent enough to show people. And over here I was working with some gouache. I don't really use a lot of gouache, and if I do, I use it like watercolor, like everything I have watercolor. But I like the way this one turned out because it's just, the colors are just solid. Not all the way. You could see some pencil lines and stuff like that, but it was really good practice, and I just love the way it turned out. And I tried to do it 2 more times. It didn't come out as perfect as this one, but it was good practice. And over here, I was just doodling with the watercolors just to get like an island and stuff, just to fill the page up, honestly, because I was just over it at this point. Like, might as well just draw anything just to get it out there. And I like it because it's like making me draw more stuff that's not really character based. I want to draw some more background stuff. Yeah, I can't tell, honestly. And this is one of my favorite pages in the sketchbook because I just love the way everything came out. And I want to scan this and kind of clean it up a little bit. Maybe make it as like my Tumblr profile. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely need to start scanning some of my works and editing it because it's just sitting there and people want to see it. I want to show it, and I have pictures, but I want to like scan it so I can like go in Photoshop and GIMP and just clean out these other little monsters of ink and paint and stuff. And over here I drew Brandon Rogers, which is one of the funniest persons on YouTube. He's so crazy, it blows my mind. But he actually reposted this on Instagram, and I was really grateful for that because a lot of people saw it. So I was like, thanks Brandon, you're fucking awesome. And I think around the end of the sketchbook, I actually ended up drawing things that I liked better. I wanted to draw more characters interacting with things and just in a natural habitat and stuff like that. And I just like it because he's just relaxing, sitting on a desk or whatever, or a table, and he's just looking around. And I kind of just want to draw more of that, just characters in backgrounds interacting more, instead of just drawing just a plain person just standing. You know, they're interacting with stuff. Same thing here with this girl, and she's just under a tree. One thing I forgot to do was add a shadow, but I can still do it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's just a sketchbook, not really a full piece. So, and a couple people asked me to draw them on Instagram, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Let me draw you. So, you know, said person asked me to draw. I think his name is Alex. He's like, oh, can you draw me? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And more character sketches. Like, this is what I mean, just like characters just in the background. I kind of want to just draw people interacting a little bit more, being a little more energetic and stuff. So hopefully my next sketchbook would definitely have more of that. And more drawing requests from Instagram people. So if you guys want me to draw y'all, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll think about it. Yeah. And we're at the end of the sketchbook. And I didn't even bother to color this in because I was just like, oh, over this, done. Let me move on. New sketchbook, let's go. But finally, it's done, and I'm really proud of it. And as you can see, like, you could see all the threading. Like, this sketchbook was hardcore threading. Like, I went really hard. But yeah, I'm still learning how to put everything together and stuff like that, and you know, sewing sketchbooks and stuff like that. I found a technique that worked for me, and I think that's really the best thing, because I've tried other techniques on YouTube, how to make like sketchbooks and stuff like that, but they all came out like really loose, and then like there would be like a huge gap in between paper, and I did not like that at all. But I kind of just made my own thing, and it worked out. It's not perfect, but you know, it's a learning process. So maybe one day I'll make a video about that. But thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to make a request for a drawing, let me know in the comments or on like Tumblr or something like that, because I'm not really charging people right now because I don't really care at the moment. I'm like super busy for all that. But thanks for watching.